It's time. It's time for football, Halloween, Christmas shopping, year-end rally for stocks, and for Bitcoin to break its all-time high and race to new levels. Yes, it is the best time of the year. But what's pushing Bitcoin higher and where can it go by Christmas? Hey friends, welcome to Think Finance. And thanks for tuning in. My name is Raj, and on this channel, I talk about personal finance, investment ideas, and these days, crypto. Bitcoin and Ethereum as well is pushing higher. In this video, let's talk about what is behind this recent move and how high can Bitcoin go by year end. If you guys follow this channel, you know I'm a huge fan and a hodler of Bitcoin and Ethereum and started accumulating coins starting March 2020. Since then, I've bought every major dip, and as it stands today, it is 5% of my net worth, a bit higher than my target allocation of 4%. Of course, the recent rally has helped immensely. If you want to know more about Bitcoin, its value, how it works, blockchain, and just get some more information, take a look at my other crypto-related videos. I also have a dedicated playlist on crypto. Before we get into the details, let's hear something interesting. This is Jamie Dimon talking. When he talks, the world listens.
I personally think that Bitcoin is worthless. You know, when anyone thinks about it, government's going to regulate it. They're going to regulate it for AML purposes, for BSA purposes, for tax purposes, for security law purposes. That's a fact.
It appears that every time Dimon talks negatively about Bitcoin, this just gets the Bitcoin community foaming at the mouth and excited.
Interesting quote by the reporter towards the end, but it feels right. So far, Jamie has been wrong. Indeed, he trashed Bitcoin the first time in 2014 when it was trading at $800. Today, Jamie calls Bitcoin worthless. The problem is, Bitcoin is sitting close to all-time highs and is worth around $60K. So, what's driving the recent rally? Why the sudden momentum? This is Metcalfe's law at its best. If you don't know what Metcalfe's law is, Google it. Nothing to do with this dude right here. The law is based on network effect. As more and more people and institutions embrace something, more valuable that something is. Why Facebook, Twitter, or Apple's App Store has any value? They have an army of people behind these services that make them super valuable. If Facebook only had 100, 500, 100,000 users, it wouldn't be where it is today. The world is on Facebook, which makes the service valuable. For Bitcoin, it gets even better. There are only 21 million Bitcoins available for this world to consume. As awareness and adoption grows, businesses and retail investors will want a piece of this pie. But the pie is limited. Economics tell us that scarcity will make the pie valuable and expensive. Why do limited edition Ferraris and Rolexes appreciate over time? Let's look at some recent stories that is adding to this network effect for Bitcoin. SEC just approved the first Bitcoin futures ETF and is set to trade as early as next week. This is a huge step from an adoption perspective. Yes, it is futures based, meaning it won't hold actual Bitcoins. Instead, it will deal in Bitcoin futures, which trade separately on regulated US exchanges such as CME. It's a start. There are tons of other ETFs in the pipeline that we should hear about in the next weeks or months, including ones by Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood Futures ETF will trade under ticker ARK-A, and then there is ARK-B, Bitcoin ETF, which would track the performance of Bitcoin as measured by the S&P Bitcoin Index. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust is available today. It owns actual Bitcoin and sells shares to investors. Just like GLD for gold, GBTC tracks the price of Bitcoin. Square CEO Jack Dorsey tweeted on Friday that Square is considering building its own Bitcoin mining system using custom silicon and open source software for individuals and businesses worldwide. His goal is to make crypto mining process of creating new Bitcoins more accessible and efficient, much as how Square made it easier for small businesses to take credit card payments. One final point that I believe is adding to this recent rally is inflation. We hear about it and we all hate it, but it is legit. This means the purchasing power of our cash keeps going down, and of course, all that printing of money did not help. Some argue that Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. As I said earlier, there can only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in existence. Unlike fiat currency, Bitcoin cannot be created off thin air. That makes Bitcoin a deflationary currency. In simple terms, increasing its purchasing power every day. A hedge against inflation and a strong reason to convert your cash into Bitcoin. We can't deny the fact that there is strong momentum behind Bitcoin. It will continue to stay volatile and won't be going up in a straight line. Just for kicks, let's try and figure out where we can expect it to be by year end. There are a number of predictions out there. Analysts, experts, celebrities, YouTubers, they all have their own number. Here is Tom Lee sharing his 2 cents.
For Bitcoin, Tom, you still think it hits 100,000 year end?
Yes. I think Bitcoin is still really strengthening, the narrative around both store of value and protection against inflation and also against, state censorship. So those are really the 3 things that have attracted people to owning something like Bitcoin. And because it's a network value asset, and its value grows exponentially, I think there's more people falling into that camp. So yes, I think 100,000 is possible before year end.
Plan B is a widely popular analyst in the crypto space, well known for his stock-to-flow Bitcoin price model. Here is what the model looks like. I won't go into specifics of how the stock-to-flow model works, since it will take a while and probably is a separate video. For now, just understand that it is a valuation model based on scarcity and attempts to forecast the value of Bitcoin based on its stock-to-flow ratio, or the amount of Bitcoin in circulation divided by yearly production. The colored line is the actual price of Bitcoin, while the blue line is the price prediction over time. Given all the volatility in the crypto space, it's amazing to see how close price of Bitcoin is to the predicted value. According to the model, Bitcoin will be around 100K by year end. Plan B tweeted about this in August when Bitcoin was trading at 48K. By the way, by mid-2025, the model predicts Bitcoin will be worth $1 million a pop. We'll see. 4 years from now, you don't have to wait too long to become a millionaire, right? Here's the bottom line. I don't know whether it will hit 100K, 500K, $1 million, or 20K. What I do know is that there is a case for Bitcoin. Either you are a bull or a bear. I'm a bull. I consider this as a separate asset class, an investment tool, and a way to diversify my money. If bulls are wrong, then treat this as a bet that didn't work out. And that's why they say invest only what you can afford to lose. But if the bulls are right, sky's the limit when it comes to the price of one Bitcoin. Can it crash 50% tomorrow like it did in the summer? Of course it can. Indeed, I'll be surprised if we don't see one. But to me, it is just another opportunity to buy some more. If you're looking to invest, use Voyager. This is what I use and it works great. Link to the service will be in the description. I also have a video on crypto tools I use and recommend. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments if you're invested and what your year-end target is. Until next time, peace.